Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 3 review. Let's get right into this. So the episode itself is titled Another Rick Up My Sleeve. And I didn't actually see this till today. I don't know if it got confirmed, like this got released, like the title name, if it got released beforehand or not. Probably did, that's usually how it goes, but I didn't see it till like when I watched the episode. And I'm like, oh shoot, this could mean two things. And I'm like, we'll see where this goes, because it could have been a swerve, a curve, but I know a lot of people have already seen it, the first 5 episodes, so including episode 3, of course. They're saying this episode itself was pretty insane to watch ASAP, of course, because of spoilers and things of that nature. But yeah, so it did. As you know, if you watch I'm guessing you already watched the episode because you're watching this review. But you know what the meaning of the episode is. Another Rick up my sleeve, referring to Rick Flag Jr. As you know, that guy, he got literally just, he got ended in the Suicide Squad all the way back then. And yeah, James Gunn definitely regrets that, but that's besides the point. We saw him literally like referenced in the, last episode, of course, because Rick Flag Sr. was trying to figure out what was going on with the death of his son, of course. But now we're seeing that the theory, the popular theory, and it was true, because we just got the reveal now, which is that Rick Flag Jr. is what's it calling him, the Jarhead, and he was like the one that's dating Harcourt. So that reveal is you know what, I feel like I was still somewhat surprised, but people are insane. They're insanely good at this. That's what happened, because we saw the episode. It opened up with the two of them, in the room together, whatever, and just talking, because they're dating in this alternate dimension, of course, not in the main Peacemaker universe, or whatever you want to call it, the main universe. But yeah, they're kind of talking there, and this kind of sets the precedent of the episode, because a lot of this episode is just based around Chris in the alternate dimension, because it picks off from where we left off in episode 2, where Chris goes back to that alternate dimension. And I'm just gonna be honest, the intro, going through the intro again, like it's hitting now. We're getting that tonal shift from season 1 to season 2. It's hitting now. And also we see Chris, he wakes up, and he's still there in the alternate dimension. He gets woken up by his brother. And his brother Keith, of course, he pretty much is like, yo, like what's going on with you? You're just acting weird. And eventually, like every time I see this, I'm just like, I just start getting nervous, because I'm like, in this alternate dimension, we know where it's going to go. Eventually he's going to get caught. Everyone around him that he's interacting with, like the close people, like when he interacts with Harcourt, when he interacts with his brother Keith, his dad, they're all like picking up that he's being different, he's being weird. Because it's not these people are different. There's still a difference between them. That's why it's an alternate dimension. So it's just interesting to see this. I'm loving the fact that they're exploring the alternate dimension, and sometimes there's an issue with alternate dimensions where they don't feel like they're actually different, and they seem like the same. But here you can tell there's a lot of differences. You can just feel it, and it really comes down to like the environment and I guess the perception that people have of Chris in this alternate dimension, which we see in this episode. How he's kind of like a people's champ in a way. Everyone loves him, and pretty much everyone knows him too. That's another thing, and for a good reason, of course, at least in this dimension. And then Chris is like, "Oh shoot, I gotta go." Like he's taking he's just going to the bathroom, and he's like, "Oh shoot, I got messages from Emilia. I have to go meet her." So she's like, "Meet me at noon." And then he gets dripped out, and then here when I see him get close, I'm like, "Oh shoot, this is the scene from the trailer, or from the trailer where they have him on the." Was it the piece? Yeah, we found in this episode was the Peacemaker motorcycle, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be hype. But yeah, his brother Keith is still like going. He's kind of like, yo, you're acting weird. And then as Peacemaker leaves to go to her, he then goes back in the house because he doesn't actually know this universe, this alternate dimension. He doesn't know it that well, and then he just disguises it. Like he is showing like there's really hints here, kind of foreshadowing. I feel like that it's gonna come down crashing on him. Obviously, they're gonna find out, his brother and his dad. In this dimension, they're gonna find out that our Chris just eliminated their Chris. It's gonna come to reveal that it's gonna get exposed. He's not the Chris, and that what he did to this universe or the alternate dimension Chris. His secrets are gonna get exposed. It's only a matter of time. We know it's coming. But yeah, he does like a pop quiz thing to figure out where just to get familiar. Like, what car can I use? Where does she actually work at? Like, what's her address? Like, but in a joking way, where it seems like a Peacemaker thing, essentially. And then we see him take the Peacemaker motorcycle, which is absolutely baller, absolutely sick. And he seems cruising down. And the music in this episode especially was hitting. The soundtrack in this episode, I loved it. It was I think for one scene I was kind of like, oh, it was whatever. And I think that was the scene near the end when A.R.G.U.S they arrive at Chris's house in our main universe, main reality, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, as Chris is cruising, you just see people, just how society reacts to him. And this is like the stark difference, in my opinion. This is what really makes it feel like a different universe. Because here, people, their perception of Chris is actually good. It's actually very positive. And, people love him so much that even the kids are like, yo, blah, 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 yo, Peacemaker, we love you. And then you have, of course, bro, that James Gunn had to throw in his James Gunn troll humor and just have someone flash Peacemaker. So yeah, that's James Gunn fashion. But you just see everyone else inside just going crazy for him, saying, "Yo, you're a hero." And then we go back to our main universe reality, and we see Adebayo, we see Emilia, we see Adrian. They're all slumped. They're all hungover from, obviously, it's continuing off from where we left off at last episode, from that party that they were all having. And yeah, then Adebayo's kind of just like trying to expose Harcourt, essentially, because she's like, I've heard that you and Chris, did something like that. What'd you guys do? Did you guys do it? And then Adrian gets involved, but then it's because Adebayo kind of just eggs him on. And then Harcourt's like, you know what, bro, Adrian, get out of here, man. Just get out of here, bro. I think John's having an issue. I think he's vomiting, and obviously it was his bait to get him out of there. And then Emilia and Adebayo, she's like, yeah, they just have a conversation, essentially. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to expose me? That's essentially what's going on there. Man, that's a funny bit with John. With what's called John and Vigilante. Because, bro, Vigilante's just goated, bro. The actor Freddie, bro, he's just goated. Every time he has a scene, I'm like, this is so good, bro. This is so good. He goes on about like the tarantula bit as well. And he, like, even in season 1, he's like, yo, do these pop quizzes on me, do these, like, ask me these facts about these things I love, and then he doesn't know them, but he's so confident, like how John says. It's just great stuff. And yeah. And then we go back to the alternate reality, which our Peacemaker is in right now. And he obviously found out from his brother Keith that he has to go to A.R.G.U.S because that's where Harcourt works. And there he checks in, and the guy that's working there knows the actual Chris from that reality, but of course we know he's no longer there. So he's saying to our Peacemaker, oh, what's going on with your dad? Like, is he positive or negative? And turns out Chris said positive. He's like, oh, he's very positive, or went very positive. And then turned out that it's for, like, cancer, right? And then, yeah, I'm like, damn, that sucks. But I'm just like, bro, this is a James Gunn joke, bro. I'm like, what the hell, man? And then, obviously, he has to do, like, the eye scan. And there, he could have gone exposed here, but it's too early. He's still not going to get exposed. Like, he's getting very lucky here, for being honest. But then again, it's because he's the same person, technically. But yeah, he gets into the scan thing, and he surprised himself. He's like, yo, what the hell? How am I getting through? And then he gets a visitor badge to go in. And then, yeah, we cut back then to Adebayo and Emilia. They're on the rooftop where the party was at in the last episode. And they're talking about, like, what's going on with Chris and her. And then, yeah, it's kind of like a deep conversation there. And then we go back. We go back to Chris. And, of course, he's in an alternate dimension. And he gets to the floor where Harcourt's at. And then he sees her. And then he's, like, second-guessing himself. He's like, should I or should I not? Because he also knows there's ramifications with this. He knows he probably shouldn't be doing this, to say the least. But anyways, he gets spotted. I guess he was about to leave or something. And then guess who it is? None other than Rick Flag Jr. There he is, bro. He was aura farming. Absolutely aura farming. But, yeah, in this, of course, also Rick Flag Jr. Different, you can tell it's a different dimension because his demeanor, he's just different in here. His traits are different. He's not the same as the one we saw in Suicide Squad. And this is what I really like. Because not like we only have it's not like it's only Peacemaker that's different and just like society. It's also the others around him the other like main people around him. So just James Gunn did a very good attention to detail on this type of stuff, because he could have easily just made it to where Rick Flag Jr. still was pretty much the same type of character, but just in a different dimension. Which it would you could have gone away with it, but it just would not have been as fun or I guess interesting to say the least. But here he's just like, yo, what are you doing here, huh? And obviously he knows, he kind of has a feeling about it, and Peacemaker's just like, he doesn't even know what to say. Because this is the guy that he killed. Keep in mind, Peacemaker killed this guy, so his memories of him are from the other dimension, what he did to him. And this Rick Flag Jr., he has no clue that. He's just pretty much, I don't know, kind of like envy of Peacemaker. Just because of his, the relationship, the past that he's had with Emilia in this dimension. And of course she sees what's going on. She comes over and, just kind of tries to de-escalate things here. So you see the tension there. So maybe we might get another thing. I'll put a prediction out. We might get a thing again where maybe, I don't know, bro. I don't know if people can handle this, but if we see Peacemaker take out Rick Flag Jr. again for the second time, bro, I think people might actually lose it. I actually think people might just have literal breakdowns if we see that again. But then, yeah, so Rick Flag Jr. is just being a creep still while Peacemaker and Emilia are trying to talk, because they set up this meeting through text just to have a convo, whatever, because Peacemaker wanted to. And then, yeah, just they have to go somewhere else because Rick Flag Jr. is being kind of like a creep in a way. And it's funny how he knocked trash can over. That was a good bit. But yeah, they decided to go somewhere, get a hot dog and stuff. And even the elevator, Peacemaker's making like jokes and stuff, and you can tell it's kind of like it's off a bit, which is intentional, of course, to signify that he's not the Peacemaker of this dimension. And then we go back to Adrian and John, and they're just kind of chatting up, doing the pop quiz stuff. This is the scene I was kind of talking about earlier. And then he gets a call from Sasha, and she's like, "Oh, you need to come back here, or you need to come here." And we're like, "What?" Because we're about to pretty much raid the Chris's house or whatever. And also she's like, "Why didn't you tell us about Eagly?" And then you see Fleury, he's in the scene as well, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, like Economos, he just set me up. What's going on here? He used my blindness, my disability against me." So that's messed up, man. So yeah, Tim Meadows is absolutely goated. That's besides the point. And then John, he's like, "Yeah, bro, he has to go." And then there's a little bit here where to end the scene where Adrian's like, well, John's like, "Where's my pants at?" And then Adrian's like, I washed them and folded them. They're on the counter." And then John's like, "Bro, this guy, what a weirdo. What a weirdo this guy is." And then we go back to the alternate dimension, and we see a mural of Peacemaker and his dad and his brother, and as our Peacemaker is walking past the mural with alongside Harcourt. So this is going to show that James Gunn's really just making it clear that this is an alternate dimension, and it's honestly, I just feel like it's foreshadowing. That's fine. It's very obvious. I feel like, because if I'm picking up on it, it's pretty obvious, man. Because a lot of things that are obvious, even I don't see them. So if it's this obvious, that means everyone should pick up on this. To be honest, that's a lot of honesty right there. That said. And then, yeah, they get a hot dog together. They're just kind of chatting up, making jokes. You just see them bonding here. And it seems like, oh, shoot, things are actually good here. And this whole dimension, this episode really nailed it in for me. That this dimension that Kristen, well, we know why he likes it, but it's like, we knew why he liked it, but this episode really showed us, the audience, the viewers, as why Chris really likes this dimension. And it's a what if. It's a perfect dimension. It's a perfect world for Chris. If everything in his life went right, from down to his childhood up until the present day, this is what it would be. And that's why he loves it. That's why he keeps on going back there. He's like, damn, this is what I could have had, what could have been. That's what it is. So, yeah, it's perfect there. And then as they're just kind of bonding there, see the dog bit. They're sitting on the bench, just eating their hot dogs that, Chris is eating his hot dog that has the mustard literally just spewed all over it. And then an explosion happens. This guy just gets exploded into bits and pieces. Right, and I forget the name. What was the name of this gang or whatever? These bad guys. Was it like the Suns, the Sunflowers, something like that? Correct me in the comment section down below. But it's something like that. And anyways, it just happens right in front of them. They get concussed, You gotta assume that because they're just dizzy and stuff. They're so close to it, and yeah, they fall on the ground obviously, and yeah, you can see the effects there. But you can tell this is where it's going into. Okay, Chris is gonna obviously stop them. But yeah, as it's happening, or sorry, as they get up after they're they got like hit by the explosion. Chris like, yo, I'm gonna go in, and then Harcourt's like, I don't think it's a good idea if you should, because yeah, you just got hit by it. And also, she's kind of like, you kind of see here, it's kind of like subtle, but she's also kind of saying it because this is a different type of Chris than the other one. You know what I mean? So they have different, like, maybe the other one would not went here. He maybe would not done this. And you can tell in the later scene where when he jumps, when he goes through the one building and jumps through the window to get into the other, that's our Peacemaker type of move. And that's not usual for theirs. So there it is. There's more stuff kind of exposing that he's not actually who he is. Because he's our Peacemaker, not theirs. And anyways, these guys, was it Sunflowers, whatever. These enemies, these bad guys, they're setting up this bomb. Just, nuke the entire building with the people in it, and they're having hostages, they're threatening, and the police is surrounding them outside. That's what it is. And these guys, it's established in this episode, said that these guys are just, it's regulars. These guys are regularly doing this. And even in like dialogue as well by them, you see them saying that too. But they're just known for doing this. And then, yeah, like I said, Chris's thing, he goes through there, and then you see even like when he's going through the building, like the animal building, see the guy who's trying to get all his animals out. And then Peacemaker, yeah, like I said, he goes through it, and then he just starts taking them down one by one. And I guess the key highlight, well, there's a few, but I like the kill where he got the 2 pencils. That's just a Peacemaker type of thing. And then yeah, he saved all the hostages and stuff. But there's some wicked kills in here, like why am I forgetting the name of it? But when he puts it through the guy's head, and then the guy's still alive though. Crazy. This is crazy. And then yeah, like I said, he just slowly takes down the rest of them. And then even like the printer one, just like bashes the guy with the printer and then kicks him through. Great. And then he just accidentally shoots like the guy's gun while they're kind of just fighting over the gun and stuff. And then it coincidentally kills the people, like one of the enemies that are coming down to check up on him. Just great. And the other guy's freaking out. It's like, oh no, you killed her, I'm gonna kill you. And also there's a scene there where once he saves that one hostage that was like on the other floor compared to the other hostages, then she's hiding on the ledge from the other bad guys. Because they also got sent down to see what's going on. And then yeah, like I said, yeah, he just bashes all those other guys that got sent up to him. And then we see the helicopter there, and they're ready to pick them up. So these criminals are but they're more sophisticated than the average type. This guy's got access to a helicopter, and so I guess they regularly just do this and get away with it. That's what's made clear about it. Not this time. And Chris makes sure of it, because when the rest of them try to escape through the stairs, he meets them there, and he has his pistol, and to say the least, he just mows them all down. That's what happens. They get it. And then he goes to defuse the bomb, and I'm like, how's he gonna do this? Because obviously he's gonna save it, because he's inside of it as well, and it just makes sense for him to save it. But how's he gonna do this? And then, bro, Peacemaker fashion, I'm like, this guy's gonna take all the wires out and just hope for the best, and that's what happens. We know realistically, okay, this is a James Gunn thing as well, which I love, but realistically, bro, you know that's not how it works, okay? But it works in this type of sense, so I'm not even mad about it. I'm not even trying to nitpick. I actually like this. It just shows like how the character is. And then it works. Even Peacemaker was in shock. He's like, "Damn, I just did this? No way!" And then you see, obviously, Keith. He comes in his full armor, and he takes on the helicopter, bro. And then he's like, "Yo, did you defuse it?" And then Peacemaker's like, "Yeah." And then him and Harcourt kind of like, just I don't know, embrace, to say the least. And you can see here throughout this episode, they're building their relationship back, because Harcourt was open to it kind of already before the whole incident, and this whole incident afterwards made it so that the guys grew closer back together. And then we go back to John, and he's finally gone to the A.R.G.U.S headquarters, and yeah, he's getting a breakdown about what they're about to do. And then we see, I forget the actor's name. Is it Michael Rooker? bro. He's in Guardians as well. He's in, I think it's Zombieland, bro. He's a really good actor, but we knew he was in this. I just want to see his role, and it turns out he's an eagle hunter. He's there. They got him there to take out Eagly, which is messed up. And John's like, bro, I'm not down for this plan. And then they're like, okay, you're fired. And then John's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And then they're like, and he's like, I don't want any part of it. Part of it though. They're like, that's fine. That's why we got you to be paired with this guy. And then he opens the door to the truck, and it's none other than Judo Master. I'm like, I was waiting for this, but Judo Master, he's just, what a great character. He's just annoyingly good. That's the best way of putting it. And then you see him eating his Cheetos there, his spicy flaming hot Cheetos. And then we go back to Peacemaker, an alternate dimension, and he's talking to Harcourt, and they're kind of just talking about. She's kind of asking him, "Yo, what are you doing about the relationship? Let me know. No worries, no rush." And Chris like, "All right, yeah, I'll just let you know I got some business to handle with though, deal with." And even in this episode, you see Keith bring up, "Yo, you're like always disappearing," and then they're like saying, "Are you like abusing stuff? Are you back to abusing stuff?" So. Yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. But then we see Keith and Peacemaker kind of just talking, and then Peacemaker from our dimension, he's like, damn, this is what I could have. I just miss my brother so much. But he's right in front of him in this dimension. That's another reason why he likes this dimension so much. And yeah, it's kind of a conversation there. And then we go back to where he just leaves. He leaves the dimension. And then yeah, we go to the A.R.G.U.S agents. They're posted up, bro. They arrive. They're outside of Chris' house. They're getting ready to just raid him. They're getting ready to raid him. And then our Peacemaker, he's coming back to the main dimension. And he doesn't know what's in store for him. And he's also looking back as he comes back. He's like, oh man, I feel like going back. But he knows he probably shouldn't. And they're probably going to question why he's gone for so long. So that'll probably be addressed in the next episode or two. And then we see back to John, and he's with Judo Master. And he's like, bro, what the hell? What the hell is this? And that's kind of where it ends. So the raid's going to be the main thing of the next episode. And we'll see what happens, because Eagly as well. Eagly's in danger as well, not just Peacemaker. And John's going to play a part in it as well. Yeah, we'll see how this all unfolds. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. I like this episode quite a bit. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace.